Welcome to this explainer. We're diving straight into a deeply moving story about loss, memory, and how one small Chicago apartment turned into ground zero for a pretty incredible healing process. Look, grief is something every single one of us is going to face, but figuring out how to actually navigate it, that's a whole different story. Today, we're unpacking a narrative that shows exactly how shared love can put the pieces of a shattered heart back together. Let's get into it.
Okay, 23 seconds. That is the exact length of a voicemail that basically anchors the entire existence of our main subject, a grandfather named Daniel. His daughter Emily passed away in a car accident, and this tiny, completely ordinary recording of her just checking in on him suddenly became the absolute most important thing in his world. He listens to it every single night.
Section 1. The Anatomy of Isolation. The Shape of Solitary Grief.
And you can literally see the shape of that grief in Daniel's evening routine. It's an absolutely unwavering timeline. Look at this. 6 p.m., microwave dinner. 7 p.m., local news. 8 p.m., he just stares silently at family photos. And then, at exactly 9 p.m., he listens to that voicemail. It's this rigid clockwork cycle of mourning. It's a psychological safety net, right? Keep the routine completely predictable, so no new, messy emotions can sneak in.
And that voicemail always ends the exact same way, with just 2 words, love you. And every single night, right at that exact sentence, Daniel breaks down. These are the 2 words he cries at because, well, no one has said them to him since she left. He's just profoundly, entirely alone in the middle of a cold Chicago winter.
Section 2. An Unexpected Reflection. A Knock at the Door. So the whole dynamic completely flips one snowy Friday evening. Daniel gets a total surprise visitor. It's his teenage grandson, Lucas, showing up out of the blue while his dad is away on a business trip. And the craziest part about him opening that door is how jarring it is for Daniel. Because Lucas is practically a mirror image of his late mother, Emily. I mean, we're talking the exact same eyes, the same smile, even the same gentle voice. It's honestly like Emily's ghost is just standing right there in the hallway. The contrast here is just staggering. Before that knock, Daniel's world was just cold, silent, this unbearable stillness. But the second Lucas steps inside, the whole apartment just wakes up. Suddenly, the TV is blasting, the microwave is loudly popping popcorn, there's actual laughter echoing in the rooms. Daniel actually smiles more in this one single evening than he has in months. Moving to Section 3. The Artifacts of Memory, the Physical Weight of Remembering. So, as morning rolls around, the reality of their shared loss really starts to set in. And it brings us to this universal fear we all kind of share, the fear of forgetting. You see it in the physical artifacts scattered all over Daniel's apartment. Emily's coffee mug is still sitting right beside the sink. Childhood photos are completely covering the hallway. Her favorite blue scarf is still hanging near the door. And Daniel puts fresh flowers under every single photo every week. He actually tried packing these things away once, but the silence in the apartment got so loud it was unbearable. So everything stayed exactly where she left it.
Then, the next morning, Lucas asks if Daniel still has his mom's pancake recipe, and Daniel hits him with this amazing line. She believed measuring cups were weakness, right? Making Emily's famously burnt pancakes totally shifts the energy. Suddenly, the kitchen smells like maple syrup, coffee, and laughter. They're bonding over her quirks, and for a minute, she feels incredibly present in the room with them.
Section 4. Grief Across Generations. When pain speaks the same language.
This is where we get to the real core of our analysis. Later that evening, they pull out the old family photo albums, and we get a clear look at how intergenerational mourning actually works. You've got these 2 distinct perspectives carrying completely different burdens. Daniel, the father, isolates himself to replay a 23-second voicemail because his root fear is his own fading mind. He's terrified he's going to forget her. But then you have Lucas, the son. He literally forces himself to talk about her. Why? Because his dad stopped talking about her out of pain, and Lucas is terrified that if he stops too, the rest of the world is just going to move on and forget his mom. So they share the exact same loss, but their individual pain is totally isolating them from each other.
And it's that specific fear that pushes Lucas to make this absolute gut punch of an admission. He says, "I forgot her laugh a little." Just think about the weight of that. It completely highlights the immense, heartbreaking pressure this teenage kid is under to remember his mother perfectly. He is trying so incredibly hard, but time is just slowly stealing those little details. And that right there is the perfect definition of intergenerational grief. A father misses his daughter, a son misses his mother. It shows how grief shifts and changes shape as it moves through generations. The roles change, the specific fears change, But the core emotional ache, it's identical. The pain speaks the exact same language.
Section 5. The Shared Healing, Christmas 2008. So we hit the emotional peak of this explainer, right here. This is where we see exactly how shared memories act as a massive catalyst for healing. And it happens in 3 distinct steps. Step 1, Lucas manages to find this hidden Christmas 2008 videocassette tucked away in a drawer. Step 2, they dig up an ancient DVD player, hook it up, and actually watch Emily on screen, alive, laughing, decorating cookies. For the first time, they aren't mourning her separately in silence, they are witnessing her vibrant life together. Which naturally leads to step 3. Later that night, they press play on that old voicemail phone, together.
But before we get to the voicemail, something incredible happens while they're watching that tape. On screen, Emily suddenly looks right at the camera and yells, "Dad, stop recording and help me!" And hearing that, it triggers something amazing. Daniel bursts out laughing. It is his first genuine emotional laugh in over a year. And that one single laugh just completely shatters the heavy isolation that was suffocating that room. They aren't watching the tape because it hurts. They're watching it because her love absolutely deserves to be remembered.
Later on, they're just looking out at the snow, and Lucas admits that honestly, his mom would probably hate seeing them so sad all the time. She'd probably yell at them for it. And when they finally go over to the answering machine and press play to listen to her warm voice together, Lucas just whispers, "Don't delete it," and Daniel replies, "Never."
Ultimately, sharing the sadness is the game changer. It makes 2 generations missing the very same woman feel so much less alone. Daniel realizes he doesn't have to carry the heavy burden of remembering all by himself. And Lucas realizes the world isn't going to forget his mom as long as they keep sharing her memory. It's proof, clear as day, that shared love is exactly what heals broken hearts. Family memories are basically the only thing strong enough to carry us through that kind of grief. So to wrap up this explainer, I kind of want to turn the mirror back onto you. We all have an Emily in our lives, right? Someone whose memory we guard fiercely. So what memories and artifacts of love are carrying you through? Who is the voice on your answering machine? Keep those memories alive, share them with the people you love, and hey, never be afraid to laugh at the burnt pancakes. Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this, and I'll catch you next time.